Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It is 5:30. Thanks for waking up with us on Local 5 and on We Are Iowa Plus. I'm Megan McPherson.
And I'm Dana Searles. Now, today is a weather impact alert day because of that continued cold and some very intense wind gusts that could come our way. So we have live team coverage all morning long. Local 5's JD Snover is in our storm tracker tracking your morning commute and the impacts that we're seeing on the roads. But first, we want to get over to meteorologist Chase Bullman. Chase, tell us, what are the conditions looking like right now and how could they really change throughout the morning?
So at this moment, we're not seeing the widespread wind gusts hitting 20 to 30 miles per hour, but we will see that spread out as we get closer and closer to that 7 a.m. time frame. So until around lunchtime, we will continue to see these stronger wind gusts and have that blowing snowfall being a possibility, because what we saw on Saturday is very light, very dry snowfall, so it moves very easily with any kind of wind. So take it slow this morning, build in some time, let everyone have a little bit of a grace period this morning as we're all just trying to get out on the roads. Now, the sustained wind is now starting to climb. We're now looking between 10 and 20 miles per hour with a few more spots like Grinnell and Des Moines getting close to that 20 mile per hour line, and then Carroll, Crescent, and Lamoni sitting just above that. We're seeing the best wind gusts down towards the southwest, and that will slowly spread out through this morning time. Now, the radar is completely clear, so we're not worried about anything being added on top of this. And the bus stop should be, honestly, okay. Yes, it's windy and it's a bit cold, but we do have improvement. We get sunshine this afternoon. We could still see some wind gusts around lunchtime. But as everyone's getting off the bus, it's a calm afternoon, mid to low 30s, not really getting above freezing too much, but it does set us up for a good warming stretch through at least the rest of the week. We'll show you more of that in just a few minutes. Dana.
Chase, thank you. Let's take a look at your roads this morning. Starting at I-80/35, you can see right now a whole lot of cars on the road, so that's not really causing any issues. And those roads, at least in the metro, are looking pretty clear. Iowa DOT does have a few roads that are partially covered with ice according to its winter driving conditions, but those are mainly going to be your side streets like US 65. So if you are heading in those areas or being on those side streets, you are going to want to drive safe, 2 hands on the wheel. But good news is your metro roads are looking pretty good. However, this could change throughout the morning, so we will keep you updated if anything changes. And like I said, as you get set for that morning commute, things are going to be changing quite frequently, so you'll want to be weather aware.
High winds could start blowing some of that lighter, fluffier snow that we just got over the weekend around, and also cause some visibility issues as well. Local 5's JD Snover is out in the Local 5 storm tracker with a look at some of the current conditions. JD, what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, Megan, right now on the interstates, kind of clear, but that wind definitely starting to blow. You know, driving up and down the interstates, you see those flags up on top of those poles waving proudly up there. So definitely some winds to be aware of, especially if you're driving in one of those smaller cars along the interstate there. However, we are now in Ames. We'll get you a look. We're here in a neighborhood just north of the highway here in Ames, just off of University Avenue. Kind of some of that snow and ice still packed down from this weekend. So while those interstates, some of those busier streets are clear, you're going to want to leave some extra time to get out of that neighborhood and get to those busier and heavier traffic streets, and just really leave that extra time for all those folks driving around you. So we will continue out here, keep you updated as the morning moves on and things continue to change, but for right now, we'll send it back into the studio with Megan and Dana.
Thank you, JD. We'll check back in with you in just a bit. We're going to take a look at power outages now. This is something that we're keeping tabs on this morning, as we know that the wind can cause widespread power outages. Thankfully, though, that's not what we're seeing right now. The affected customers that are here in central Iowa in the Des Moines area looks to be just about 22 customers. So no widespread impacts at this moment. We'll let you know if that changes.
But Local 5 will be in your corner with coverage of the wintry weather all morning long. So over on We Are Iowa Plus, we will have Weather Impact Alert Day team coverage. A special edition of Good Morning Iowa will air from 7 to 9 a.m. So all you have to do, download We Are Iowa Plus right on your TV, and you can watch it all for free.